Hello dear students, welcome to the video lecture 7 of the chapter Moving Charges and Magnetism. Today we shall study solenoid and we shall apply Ampere circuital law to the solenoid to study magnetic field inside the solenoid. Let us begin with it. Solenoid. It is a long cylindrical tube around which an insulated wire is wound in the form of a helix. Here, insulated wire is nothing but a wire itself on which a non-conductive coating is applied so that they can be wound very close to each other. And you can see the magnetic field around the solenoid. So there are many loops. Due to these loops, we are having magnetic field. To show you exactly, in the cross-sectional view, it would be appearing like this. Current is flowing from this point and coming out from this point. So current flows from here, goes on the other side, then comes out from this side and flows again on the other side. In this way, if you want to find out the magnetic field direction, you can use your right hand thumb rule to find it out. And here you can clearly see that if you are trying to take a single wire and try to find it out, you should have had the current flowing from here, and around it you would be having magnetic field in a circular manner. But here you don't have any field between the two wires. Reason is the field between these two will be in opposite direction. Because of this, it would be in the upward direction. Because of the next wire, it would be in the downward direction. That's why the field between these two wires will get cancelled out and there is no field between the wires. So hence the net magnetic field will be below the wires and above the wires. And above the wires it will be very least. Reason is the solenoid is too long. Let us try to take a cross-sectional view of this. We shall use cross-sectional view, I mean to say trying to cut it in the central part and try to study it. Here at the top we can see that the current is flowing into the wires, the top everywhere. Cross marks denote that current is flowing into it, and the down we are having current flowing out of it. So if you try to correctly bisect the solenoid, you would get this picture out of it. Right. Proceeding ahead. Now let us try to study magnetic field due to solenoid. So to study, we shall take the same image, and here let us try to consider an Amperean loop. An Amperean loop ABCD. In that AB will be equal to L. We shall consider it over this segment A, B, C, D and completes again from here. Length of AB is L, which is shown here. So what shall we do is we'll use this Amperean loop to find out what is the magnetic field inside the solenoid. To do that, we shall use Ampere's circuital law. Ampere's circuital law is line integral B dot dl equals to mu naught I net. So let us try to begin here by trying to take the line integral B dot dl over this Amperean loop A, B, C, D. If I write it, it would be this way. Here, instead of trying to take the complete loop, we shall try to divide it into segments by trying to take from A to B first. So line integral B dot dl over AB, then afterwards over BC, after that over CD, and after that over DA. Now let us try to find out the value of each integral. Let us try to first of all find the integral over AB. If I try to find it, line integral b dot dl over ab comes out to be line integral b dl cos theta. Here theta comes out to be 0. I have just simplified the dot product of b dot dl, and here you can see AB is along B, right? Since both of them are along the same direction, the angle comes out to be 0. That's why it is put here to be 0. And cos 0 degree is 1. So we get it to be B line integral dl over AB. Since B is constant, you can see that the magnetic field is uniform. So B is taken out of the integral, and integral has to be done over dl itself. And dl is a small part of the length AB. After integrating, we get its length, that is L. As we have already told, we are integrating from A to B, and length from A to B will be equal to L. So that's what is substituted here. So we got the value of line integral, that is first integral. Let us try to find out the next integrals. Now let us try to find out the next one, that is along BC and DA. Here we are going to find both of them because there is some similarity between both. So line integral over BC and over DA together can be written like this, and due to this reason, that is B and DL are perpendicular. Here you can see B is along this direction and DL along BC will be along this direction, and if you take DA, it will be along this direction. In both of the cases, DL element will be perpendicular to B. So that's why theta comes out to be 90 degree. And if you try to write that by simplifying the dot product, there cos 90 comes out to be 0, and if the dot product comes out to be 0, then finally both the integrals should give us the value 0. So these two integrals are getting the value 0, and let us try to take the last integral, that is over CD. So let us try to get the integral for this. The integral would be line integral b dot dl over CD equals to 0. This one directly equals to 0. Reason is the magnetic field outside a long solenoid will be 0. That is, less number of field lines will be there, and as the solenoid is too long, outside we assume it to be 0 itself. So here B comes out to be 0. That's why we have this value to be 0. So we have got all the values of integral. Let us try to keep it aside, and let us substitute these integral values in the net integral value. So this is the LHS term. Here I shall substitute all the values which are here and get the LHS of Ampere circuit law. So first, once we substitute this value, we get it to be BL plus, next is 0, right? After that we once again have 0, followed by that again we have 0 from here, and all the other terms are 0 except the first integral. So that's why we get line integral b dot dl over abcd equals to bl. Marking this as equation 1, and let us keep the LHS value. So our LHS of Ampere circuit law comes out to be B into L for a solenoid. Now let us proceed ahead and try to find out the RHS of the Ampere circuit law. So to do that, let us first of all try to write small n to be number of turns per unit length. Now I am trying to do this, the only intention is to find the net current. So on this RHS part of Ampere circuit law, we need to find I net, that is net current flowing over through this loop. So through this loop, how much current is flowing, that's what we have to find out. So I'm trying to take n is the number of turns per unit length. Further, Here if n is number of turns per unit length, then for a length L from here to here I'll be having n into L amount of wires. Okay, so many turns will be there. So in so many turns are there, then in each turn if I current is flowing, then I'll get net current to be n L into I. So these are total number of turns in a length L, and I is the current flowing here in each turn. If you multiply, then you will get total current flowing in the loop, in this Ampere loop. So further, taking this values into Ampere circuit law, we can substitute I net as NL into I. Substituting that, we shall get Ampere circuit law to be mu naught NLI. So this I shall call it as equation 2, and equation 1 we have it like this. Now from 1 and 2 both we can try to write, since both the LHS are same, we can equate RHS. So if we equate, then we get BL is equal to mu naught NLI. On both the sides L and L will get cancelled. Further you will have B is equal to mu naught NI, and this is the magnetic field inside the solenoid. This is the value of magnetic field inside the solenoid. Okay, thank you students, and see you in the next video lecture.